Well, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Louise Nichols. I'm a textile artist and I live in Cornwall. And I thought it would be really nice today just to show you some of the projects that I'm currently working on. So these are things that are going to be kits or possibly projects for workshops. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so that you can see in a little bit more detail some of the things that I'm planning at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. Now, some of you may recognise this. This is a project, it's probably about 18 months or so old now. But this is my Flowers in a Vase workshop. And a number of people have asked if they could have this as a kit. So I'm just going to make sure actually that that's in shot. Yep, that's fine about there. Okay, yep, so people have asked about having these as kits, which I said I would. This was last year, probably autumn time last year, but I never got round to doing it, so I've made a start now. So this is one, won't be exactly the same as this, I don't think, but something like this I want to do. I'm going to come back to that actually as well, because that's inspired something else which I'll show you in a minute. So I've also got a background that's kind of leafy, so you can see I've got all my bits and pieces together here to make. So that I need to print some extra bits for these. This is why they're sort of folded over. So these are more sort of like tulips. So that's that one. And there's a couple of other leafy ones. These might not all get to be all these colorways get to be kits. That one I'm going to keep out actually, because I do want to refer back to that one. And this one as well. So you can see these are sort of olives and sort of lilac-y colours. Anyway, you get the idea with that, don't you? So again, there are bits that need to be printed for these, so I've just made a note on here what needs to be printed. I've got another one here as well, but the one I have started working on, there's an autumn one, which is this one here, and I've made a start actually on developing this one into a kit. So this is where I am with it at the moment, photographing each stage. And here's my vase as well, and all my notes. I don't need to go into detail, do I? If you watch the Designing a Kit from Scratch video, you saw all my notes about what I'm doing. So yep, so that's that one that's in progress at the moment. All my threads are in there. Let me just pop all these back in otherwise, so I know where they all are. As I say, I'm going to come back to that one in a minute. Let's move that one to the side. Now this one, if you watch the short, you will have seen me printing this. So this is my bird amongst the leaves. Oh, and I was going to say the Flowers in a Vase, I think that's going to be a panel only as well as a full kit. This one will just be a full kit. I won't do this as a panel only. So I did my sample, so I'm working on another one now. I'm photographing this as I'm going along, and I've done an alternative colourway. I quite often like to offer two different colourways with designs. I'm so pleased with this one. I love this one. I love the blues, but yeah, I'm really liking this one here. So that's another kit idea there. Now this next one I think is going to be the next stitch along. So I thought it would be nice to do, I don't know how well you can see that on the screen. I'm going to just have a little look. It's a little birdhouse with some leaves around the outside. So quite a simple project, nothing as big as last time. So I've drawn it out, ready to trace onto the lino. And I think what I'm going to do is print sort of extra leaves. So there's some extra leaves coming in around the outside. And then these prints, these are some of my other prints that I quite liked the colours of those all together there. So I've just pinned those together to remind me, and that will probably be the colours for the birdhouse. I might change my mind, but at the minute that's where they are. Now, you'll have seen these before as well. So this is a bee that I did earlier in the year. So this is a kit already, as is the dragonfly. And when I designed these, I'd done them to sort of coordinate, not the colours on these two, but the designs themselves. So they're the same size with the corners and then a little border. And there are two other designs in this range as well. So there's a hare and a little bird as well. So he's a lot more stylized than the other bird. And then I've stitched the bee as well in these colorways, this colorway here. And the idea was that it would also make like a block of 4. You kind of get the idea, don't you? Can't see that very well, can you? But anyway, there you go. So a block of 4. But then I was printing some more the other day, and as I was doing it, and I was kind of looking at this, and I quite liked this sort of stitching in between. And then I thought, actually, it might be quite nice to have do it as a larger block. Well, offer it as a 4 block, but also to have. So this is an old design, but maybe have some all over prints as well that kind of go in the middle. So you'd end up maybe with 12 blocks all together, and with these they'd probably be sort of 14 by 14 centimeters in the middle there. Not just the stem, but also do one with the cow parsley, and also which one is it? It's the bird, I think. Oh, there it is. There. Oh no, that's the come to that one in a minute. Oh, there he is. There's the bird, and one with this kind of leafy shape going up as well. So that's quite a big project, but I think that would be really, really nice as a big panel, but with the option to buy it in smaller quantities, so that if you don't have room to do a big, you don't have to. And of course, again, I've been working on other colourways. So I'd started doing the hair in greys, and I've started the dragonfly as well. In fact, I've started several of them. Look, so there's the bird, and the dragonfly, and of course the original bee is the grey anyway, so I'd already stitched that colourway, and there are little bits of blue in there as well. So yeah, so that's sort of a small and a big project all at the same time. This is what happens. I start with one idea, and then that leads on to another idea, which sparks off another idea, and then my head's in a pickle because I don't know what to do first. Anyway, better that way than no ideas at all. Okay, so that's, as I say, that's quite a big project there. Now, going back to the flowers in a vase. So when I did this print here, this background print, let me just take those off there. Is that in shot? Yep, you can see that. So when I did this background shot here, I love these leaves. And as I was kind of carving it out, drawing it and then carving it, I thought, you know, that would make a really nice sort of Christmas tree, an alternative Christmas tree shape. So you might have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I carved the tree out. I drew it. It's quite big, A3 size, and printed it. So this is the print for it. Which I was very, very, very pleased with. And as usual, I did that and I thought, yeah, I like that. I've got some ideas for Christmassy things, which I'll show you in a minute. Oh no, actually, let me show you those now before I bring anything else over. So I've collected together a little bag of goodies. I thought I quite like these kind of pinky, these are bells in here. Might put some bells on this one. And then years ago, I made these little circles with felt in the middle and stitched them. I did them as brooches. So these are some that I'd started to stitch into. And I thought actually they make quite nice sort of baubles on the tree. So that was one idea. Then I started thinking, actually, it would be quite nice maybe to have some little robins that go in the tree. So I'd got these other little bird prints, and just to sort of give me an idea of how it might look. And I thought, yeah, I like that. I think that would work really nicely. But I carved 2 robins out, so they've got a breast rather than the wing shape in there. So let me show you those. I printed those the other day. So I've printed them going in both directions so I can... So these are my little robins. So that was one idea. And then I started thinking it would be nice for it not just to be a Christmas project, but for it to be sort of an everyday tree. But then I couldn't quite get my head around how I was going to do the trunk, because you see on this one it's really short, and I think the fact that it's this sort of lovely shape doesn't matter that it hasn't got a trunk. Anyway, so then I thought, well, actually, does it matter if it's not got a trunk? Maybe it would just be nice in an embroidery hoop. So I did a round one of these as well. So that's this one here, which I printed the other day. And again, I thought, yeah, could have, you know, you could have little birds in this one. And then you start thinking, well, actually, as well as birds, could have apples. Apples in the tree. So I've done some little apples there. Then from apples, I was on to pears. Where are the pears? There they are. So I printed some pears. And then, of course, you know the idea that came next. Partridge in a pear tree. So I drew a quick, what I thought looked like a, I don't know, is it a pigeon or a partridge? Anyway, so I think this is going to become a partridge in a pear tree kit. So the partridge will sit at the top, and you'll applique all these on with the pears as well. So that's definitely a project which I'm really excited about. In fact, I'm probably going to back these today and maybe even start doing some preliminary, you know, gathering the threads and getting some colours and felt colours together with that, and sort of working out where I want felt bits to go as well. So that's what I've got going off in my head at the moment. I said to somebody the other day, I feel as if ideas are kind of tumbling out at the moment. I've got so many things I want to do. This is something else that's been sat on the side because this is my nature panel, and it's been a really popular. I only do it as a panel only kit, but it's been such a popular panel only. I printed more yesterday. No, not yesterday, the day before. But I would like to do more of these type of panels as well. So I want to do a seaside themed one. I think a Christmas one would be beautiful as well. And also one with bees and butterflies and dragonflies in there, which kind of follows on from the bee and butterfly and dragonfly 9-block panel that I did earlier in the year. Okay, so there you go. That's everything that's going off with me at the moment. Whether I'll have time, these will be long projects. I will keep you updated about them actually, but these are sort of long-term projects really. I find that I might have a couple of days where I can work on them, and then have another workshop, or I've got other things that are coming up that need work on kits, you know, keeping my shop stocked, which needs doing at the moment. I'm going to be putting more kits together this afternoon. I've got an order. I stock a lovely shop in it's in Northamptonshire called Poppy Patch, and I'm going there to teach actually in June for the first time, which I'm really looking forward to. So I have a kit order for them to get going on today. So but anyway, there you go. So as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. It costs nothing to subscribe, and it really helps with other people being able to see the channel. It helps, and that helps people, I would like to think, with their stitching and a bit of inspiration. So yeah, that would be great. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Bye.